Well, I would just like to thank everyone for coming out today to Davenport University for our Veterans Day event. My name is Jeremy Simerson. I work in admissions for the military and veteran students. And I'm a former Marine myself, so it means a lot to see everyone out there and everyone on the live stream. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce our provost, Dr. Linda Rinker.
Jeremy's a little taller than I am. Good morning, everyone, and on behalf of Dr. Rick Pappas, our president, who is not able to be with us today, I welcome you to the ceremony, and I also thank you so very much for attending. Today, we have the honor to recognize our servicemen and women and to remember their sacrifices and courage that they have extended on behalf of honor, duty, and our country. The writer Michael D. Montaigne once said, "Valor is stability, not legs and arms, but of courage and the soul." So, we are here to honor our heroes, those individuals who we recognize their achievements and their courage and their dedication, but moreover, we thank them for all that they have done for us in this remembrance moment in time. We stand here with our patriots and our heroes, and I want the veterans and service members to please stand. So please stand. A very sincere thank you to all of you, please remain standing, for your duty and for your willingness to serve. And a very sincere thank you for our freedom. And please know that you've made our armed forces the most respected in the entire world. Thank you, our DU representatives. Yet once again, join me in thanking them. Please be seated. Your presence here today and that of the people gathered all over America, it's a time of tribute. We've just done a moment of tribute to many of our own. But it's a time to remember that those individuals who starved and who shivered in Valley Forge as they represented us, the doughboys who crawled in the muddy trenches of France, the platoon who patrolled the hazy jungles of Vietnam, and the men and women who patrolled and climbed the mountains in Afghanistan, protected us. And we remember them and we honor them. And so today is a day for us, all of us, to start talking with each other, particularly with our veterans and our service members, about their stories and our stories. And I invite you to do this. And I'm going to start it, and then throughout the day, I invite you to have these conversations. So I use myself to tell a quick story. In my family, my stepson has been in the Army for 29 years. And recently, he was invited by the Postmaster General to join both he and my husband to honor the first stamp, the first military stamp. And so we have this proud picture sitting on our table of the Postmaster General and our stepson really there to receive and recognize that honor. In addition, we have a little grandson who turns 8 today, who loves his uncle, but think about it. He was born on this very day, November the 11th. Maybe someday he will be in the military. I certainly hope so. And my husband has seven members who actually fought in the American Revolution, and one spent a winter with Washington. I can't claim any of that on my side of the family. However, in our family, these are the kinds of celebrations we spend thinking about and remembering today. So in closing, God bless you, our members here at Davenport, and your families. God bless our troops. We thank them for all that they do. And finally, God bless America. Thank you so much, and enjoy this day.
How are you all doing? My name is Stephen Stratton. I'm a former Marine. And my thoughts on Veterans Day, brief history. On November 1919, President Wilson, on November 11th is the first commemoration of Armistice Day. On June 4th, 1926, Congress finally recognized an end to World War I with these words: whereas the 11th of November, 1918, marked the cessation of the most destructive, sanguinary, and far-reaching war in human annals, and the resumption by the people of the United States of peaceful relations with other nations, which we hope may never again be severed. And whereas it is fitting that the reoccurring anniversary of this date should be commemorated with thanksgiving and prayer, and exercises designed to perpetuate peace, goodwill, and mutual understanding between nations. On 1954, Armistice Day was changed to Veterans Day. November 11th became a day to honor American veterans of all wars. According to the Department of Veterans Affairs, November 11th not only preserves the historical significance of the date, but helps focus attention on the important purpose of Veterans Day: a celebration to honor America's veterans for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good. I want to thank all of you that came out to support us as veterans. I want to thank you for your love, for your support, for your patience with all of us. I want to thank the staff here at Davenport University for making this a special day for all of us. And finally, I want to thank you, my former brothers in arms. I want to thank you for your patriotism, your willingness to serve, and finally, for the sacrifices of years of your life, and for, in some cases, many of you, your bodies. Before I go, I was hoping that I could have a moment of prayer with you guys, for giving thanks for our country, for those who are still currently serving safety, and for their families. Our most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, I thank you for this country. I thank you for the freedoms which we possess in this truly blessed country. I thank you for our veterans, both of the past and present, willing to defend those precious freedoms that we have. I ask you for the protection for those who are still in harm's way, and that you put a shroud of safety around them. I ask for you to be with the families, that you comfort and strengthen them in their times of need. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Thank you.
Hello, I am Sergeant Gina Bishop. I'm currently serving in the Michigan National Guard. I am in a signal unit, which is basically radios and communication. We make the internet is the easiest way to explain it. And I am a student here in the in the technology. I have a very unique enlistment so far. I'm currently in my first enlistment, almost done. I've already re-enlisted for 6 years. In Michigan, we're unique. There are 3 signal companies here. We do not have a supporting battalion currently. We fall under an MP brigade, which is a little unusual considering the equipment we have. The Michigan National Guard has a state mission. When natural disasters happen, and they do everywhere, we get called to help with communications. The firefighters and EMTs, they all talk on different frequency radios. It makes sense. You don't want interference. You want to know what your people are doing and not necessarily what everyone else is doing. But in a natural disaster, that's not how it should be. The Michigan National Guard has equipment that is used to bring all of those different frequencies together. from firefighters, EMTs, everything. It also integrates the military into it. It doesn't give anyone the other's frequencies, but it makes it so they can talk to each other and they can use each other's assets. Makes it so they can work together. In Hurricane Katrina, they used this equipment. It's called the JISC. It's the Joint Incident Site Communications Capabilities. Michigan has 3 of these. It's a big part of our state mission. We're lucky to have them. Most states have 1. There is 1 training site in the United States. It is in Delaware. It's a very small site. Michigan is very lucky to get slots there. There are currently 3 to 4 soldiers in Michigan that have this training. And we are lucky enough to have gotten 3 seats in the new fiscal year for this training. It is something that is very valuable to Michigan and the entire United States. And I'm very proud to be a team leader on the JISC in my unit. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Troy McCabe. I served for 24 years in the United States Air Force. I retired in 2010. In 2012, I started here at Davenport. The best thing that I can say about Davenport, aside from everything else, is the fact that their veteran support system is second to none. I'm going to tell you what veterans mean to me, or what it means for me to be a veteran. Serving for 24 years in the military is not always hard. It's not always bad. There's a lot of fun. I've seen a lot of the world. I've done a lot of things, good and bad, not by choice. But really, at the heart of being a veteran for me is the fact that whenever I see the U.S. flag, like the one behind me, it puts a lump in my throat. To know that I spent 24 years along with many brothers and sisters defending what some people might consider just a piece of fabric. It's a lot more than that. It's something that we should all be proud of. It's something that has been a symbol of our country for decades. Another thing that being a veteran means to me is our national anthem. It's probably my favorite song. Whenever I hear it at a sporting event or at any event, a military honors, military parade, anything like that, it pulls at my heartstrings to know that one of the first things after being deployed that you want to hear is the national anthem. You want to see the flag and know that that is home. They say home is where the heart is, but in the military, we go a lot of different places, and the flag is always there, and that is our home. That's what we defend. The way of life is what we defend. And we do it with honor, we do it with courage, and we do it away from family and friends. We see people get hurt. We see people pay the ultimate sacrifice. And whenever I hear the national anthem, whenever I see our U.S. flag, I'm reminded of all of those things. Not just one person, not just one incident, not just one happiness, but all of it. And all of us in the military Going in, we take an oath to protect this country against enemies, both foreign and domestic. We choose to defend the Constitution. We defend the President. We defend his decisions or her decisions, as maybe the future might hold. And we also obey the orders of people and officers above us. We don't ask questions. We don't ask why. We just know that we each have a mission. And the mission doesn't get done without an entire team. And being a veteran is what being a real team member is. I know that I can go pretty much anywhere in the world and I'll find a friend because there's veterans everywhere. What many of you may not know is that only about 12% of United States citizens join the military. Of that 12%, only about 3 to 5% achieve 20 years and retire. And as was spoken before, we have the greatest military in the world. Sometimes doing things that we want to do, doing things that we like to do, we have to put those aside because the first thing in any military person's mind is God, country, and service. And that's what being a veteran means to me. Thank you.
Let's hear it one more time for our speakers. The winner of the iPod raffle was Michael Hintz. I'm not sure if he's here or not, or at another campus. But congratulations, Michael. At this time, I'd like everyone to please bow their heads for a moment of silence. And I'd now like to invite Amy Ostrow to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red
Once again, I would like to say thank you to all of our veterans who have served and everything they've done for this country. Let's do one more round of applause. Thank you, everyone that came out today. And then events do continue until 1, and there is a free hot dog lunch outside. Thank you again.